This area ahead where you see the newer concrete is an area where they were drilling for some utilities in 1974. It got too close to the bottom of the canal. The tunnel below the canal collapsed, the wall collapsed, and it caused a big flood to the valley below. It damaged or destroyed over 30 homes in this area. Thankfully, it happened while students were still at school and not walking down the street on their way home, and we're told that nobody was majorly injured or killed in the flood. We heard a story, though, about a lady. She saw the water coming, decided to go down in her basement to get some things up off of the floor. But while she was down there, the entire back wall of her basement washed out, and it washed her right down the street. Eventually, she was able to get a hold of the top of a tree somewhere down the street, but unfortunately, when she was down in the basement, she was only wearing her nightgown. When she got to the top of the tree, there wasn't much left of that nightgown. We're told that the first thing the firemen did when they found her was to hand her up a raincoat. But my favorite part of the story is my dad, Captain Lee, had been telling that story for many years while cruising through this area. One day after he told the story, a lady came up to the pilot house and she said, "That story is true. I'm the lady." Just ahead on the left-hand side, in a moment, you'll be able to see a building that was once known as Oliver Loud's Inn. It was a stagecoach stop located in Egypt, New York, just outside of Fairport. It was scheduled to be burned in a fireman's exercise when a lady named Mrs. Tellier purchased the building. She didn't want to see it burned, so she had it moved over here to the banks of the canal on the left-hand side. It served as a really nice bed and breakfast for a number of years, and today it's a very nice private home. That one right there with the big porch around it. Just ahead of us is the Marsh Road Bridge. This is another low bridge. It's a one-way bridge here in Bushnell's Basin. Just before the bridge, if you look to the left, you'll see some yellow buildings. That's Richardson's Canal House. Richardson's is one of the oldest standing structures from the days of the early canal. Served as an inn to early travelers, had a number of different purposes throughout the years, including even being a nudist colony at one point. But today it's one of the finer restaurants in the area, over there on the left. Once again, Marsh Road ahead is a low bridge. If you're on the upper deck, make sure you're seated. Low bridge, everyone down, please. Low bridge, watch your heads. This is Bushnell's Basin. This is an area where the canal ended for a period of time while they worked to build the great embankment ahead of us. Boats with cargo would come down the canal. They would unload their cargo onto wagons pulled by mules or horses, take it to the next section of canal, and then load it back on boats. Today there's some nice public docks here, restrooms and showers for boaters. The blue building's a popular spot. That's Abbott's Frozen Custard. Down just a little bit further where you see the lights and the Adirondack chairs, that's 7-Story Brewing. They get their name from the great embankment ahead of us that is about 7 stories above the surrounding land.